Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Jay the Sneaky Poet, and I'm back with another episode of my diary journey in verse. And I have a special guest. So today we are turning up the energy and spinning into the rhythm of sound, soul, and story. Our guest today is none other than the DJ N.E.L. How exciting is that? He is dynamic, versatile, traveling DJ. Listen, y'all, he traveled all the way here from Tampa. Okay, like this spectacular. Born and raised in Pennsylvania. Hopefully he is an Eagles fan or maybe Steelers, one or the other. With 4 years in the game, he is known for his infectious energy, magnetic crowd control, and that unmatched ability to read the room like a living heartbeat. There's nothing like a good DJ who can read the room because it's like, what are we doing here if we're not going to dance? So, from intimate gatherings to citywide celebration, DJ N.E.L curates soundtracks that don't just move your feet, they move your spirit. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Here he is.
That was a 10 out of 10 intro.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks so much for traveling here.
Mm-hmm.
We really appreciate you being on.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
Yes, all the way from Tampa. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is so exciting. Look, we're in person, live and in living color in the living room.
Yes, you cannot fake this, ladies and gentlemen.
So tell us about yourself. How did you get into music? Where'd you come from?
So, just like you said on the intro, I was born and originally raised in Western Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So it's a small little community called Farrell, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So it's right on the border between PA and Ohio. So yeah, it's Steelers country basically.
Steelers.
So when I was growing up, my father and my mother were on two ends of the spectrum when it came to music.
Okay.
My father, he is from up north and from down south. So he used to play a lot of Jay-Z, but he would also play 3 6 Mafia. So it was very well versed and a lot of R&B. Like Jagged Edge was his favorite group. So
was it?
Yeah, it was. I'm dead serious. So he used to listen to Jagged Edge a lot.
Okay.
So that's on my dad's side, and on my mom's side, she would always listen to the pop stations on the radio. So that's how I learned who Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, and all those groups were.
Nice.
So that was my foundation growing up. And then when I turned 13, we moved to Florida. We moved to Ocala.
All right.
I don't know if you know anything about Ocala, but
not really. Tell us about Ocala.
There's not really much to know outside of very country, very rural, and very. I wouldn't recommend going there personally. I mean, you go there to visit, but mainly it's a retirement community. To be honest with you, so
when I got stay out of Ocala.
yeah. So it was cool, but so growing up there, I got to meet a couple more people, and it was when I went to college. That's when I started to learn about Caribbean music, African music, and Latin music.
And where'd you go to college?
St. Leo University.
All right. Where's that?
That's right outside of Tampa. So right outside of It's in Dade City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like right outside of Tampa.
St. Leo.
Yeah, south of Leo. So I was making beats when I was at Leo.
Okay.
When I was in college. That was my foundation. I would just lock myself in the dorm and be on Fruity Loops, making beats.
Are you gonna send us some beats?
If you want some.
Yeah, of course. We gotta air some beats. Yeah,
for sure. So started making beats, took that very seriously. Not necessarily the business aspect of it, but more so just creating.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Getting my ear in and developing my own sound, right?
Right.
So it wasn't until 2021, about 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago when I started DJing. And there's a story about how that came about. I've told the story a few times, but of course I'm going to give it to you. So
please tell us.
Yes. So,
but in the meantime, I'm definitely going to enter Last Night a DJ Saved My Life because I love that song.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. You got to. Yeah. Low key. Yeah. Lupe. It's funny you say that. Lupe Fiasco is one of my favorite rappers. He made a song called Hip Hop Saved My Life.
Wow.
So same thing. Same idea.
Into that one into.
Right. So. I went to, long story short, I was living in Atlanta at the time, and I was down here I was in Tampa visiting for a party weekend. And it was a Sunday, and it was about around 4th of July time, and the group that I was coming down to see, they were having a party at a picnic, right?
Right.
And they couldn't get, none of the DJs couldn't get their equipment hooked up because there was no power, there was no electricity at the park. And so mind you, there's already people there, and it's silence, there's no music. So I'm like, all right, I just so happen to have a big portable speaker in my trunk. Let me just hold the music down until they get their music together.
Wait. Why'd you have a portable speaker in your truck?
You never know. See how God works?
He said, just come prepared. And I'll put you in the place.
But I remember, I think I had a portable speaker. I think my dad had got me for Christmas. And it wasn't something that I was using to DJ or nothing like that. Right. You know, you take it to the beach, take it to wherever you want to go, and you just play music. Yeah. Right. So it happened to fit this occasion. And it was a pretty decent sized speaker too. Yeah. So I turned it all the way up and just started playing music off my phone. And actually like mixing it. So I have an app that I use. It's called DJ Pro, where you can actually mix music and blend music and stuff like that too. So I started.
So you saved the whole event.
Oh, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that.
I'm jumping ahead.
Yeah. So basically, I hold the party down for a while. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to play music that's cool and fits the right vibe until the DJs get there. And so after a while, they just came up to me and told me, "Yeah, Janelle, you're gonna have to hold the party down." All right, cool. No pressure. No problem. So
we're down the DJ.
Yeah, so it's basically, it was a fraternity sorority event. Okay. Like a Greek event. So it got to the point where everybody wanted to start strolling. I'm sure you know what strolling is. Yeah. So everybody so I started playing stroll music, just one song after another, after another, and everybody's getting so turned. So eventually I hear this. Because of the energy that everybody, is manifesting. So once I heard that, that's what I want to do. This is my call. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. It took me 24. I was 24. It took me 24 years to find out this is what I want to do for a living.
That's amazing.
So when I got back to Atlanta, I bought my first set of DJ equipment, and I've been rolling ever since.
Just from the sound right there, let you know. This is it.
Yeah, that was God's. I don't know. It was very divine. It felt like just, all right, I'm gonna put you in a position, and you're gonna do what you do.
Wow.
Go be great.
Yes. That's such a good story.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's how it happened.
Get ready, okay, or be ready so you don't have to get ready.
There you go.
That's the secret. So if it's something you think you like, I mean, even like me, So I do like makeup on the side. So I have all this makeup. And sometimes, like back in the day, you're right, I used to just bring it with me because just in case. Right. Especially to an event. Because a lot of times people don't come. And it's like, you're already there. You're just ready. Right. So yes.
Right.
Yes.
And on a side note, I'm glad you brought that up too. So in the industry that I primarily work in now, I do a lot of like weddings and private events. Makeup, there's a space in there for makeup artists too. Because the brides and the
if you're a partner and you know somebody who always needs a makeup artist,
but really though, I am looking to put together a package. So a DJ, photographer, an event coordinator, a makeup artist, all in one little package. So that way it's easier to pitch to a client.
Beautiful. Well, the beauty ambush. Also, in addition with JTheSneakyPoet, right?
Yeah. Shout out.
Right. I gotta do a plug.
You got to.
I want to plug my own stuff. Yes. 13 years in the game. So so if you know somebody, you want to add me to your package, I'll be willing.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
I'll travel just as far.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yep. All right. I got you on that.
All right. That sounds good.
Yeah.
So tell me about I guess technically, was that your first event?
No.
All right, so let's hear about
because it wasn't, like, hey, we're booking you to DJ this. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
So tell me about your very first event.
My very first event, I want to say it was in N.E.L. No. My first event was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
So how
did you get to Milwaukee?
Yeah. So after I graduated from St. Leo, I moved from here to Wisconsin to start working in my field.
Okay. What was your field?
Psychology.
Okay.
So I took a job up there working at a school with autistic kids.
Nice.
And I did that until COVID derailed everything for everybody.
Nice. Yeah. I can see you doing that. You just have this very calm, patient demeanor.
And I love them kids. Yeah. And it really wasn't that demanding. I mean, they're kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so I was living up there for a while, and I made a lot of friends up there.
Okay.
And because of the fraternity that I'm in, I'm not going to shout out my fraternity over here, but the fraternity that I'm in, I try to keep that separate.
Okay.
Yeah, but my fraternity brothers that I met up there in Wisconsin, they loved me. They embraced me as soon as I got there. They didn't know me from a can of paint, but they still were willing to, embrace me.
That's supposed to be the whole point of the brotherhood.
Exactly, right. No matter where you go, right.
Yep.
So, 2 years later, after that story I just told you at the park, I bought my own equipment, you know what I'm saying, got started practicing and started getting my chops up. And I went up to Wisconsin to go visit for the weekend, to go hang out. And my fraternity brothers up there, they were like, yeah, we have this, we're doing an after party, you know, for our big event that we're doing. Are you down to DJ it? Right. And I said, yeah, I'm down to DJ it. So this is, I think I did, and it wasn't even a paid gig or anything. I just wanted to do it just to get my feet wet as far as DJing in front of a crowd. Right. And yeah, it was great. That's where I started making my first mistakes. That's when I started learning, okay, if you even so much as nag on this chord a little too hard, your whole set's gonna come undone. So you just gotta be aware of stuff like that. You know what I mean? It was a very, very great learning experience. And it wasn't like it was a bad party. It wasn't like I bombed it. I did great, but it was still just things that you noticed. Right. Things that I noticed as far as, okay, people think this is a misconception. I want y'all, anybody who's an aspiring DJ, I want you to listen to me and hear me clearly. If you think you're gonna walk into this profession and just think it's easy and it's sweet, it's not. I'm letting you know right now, it's work. And you have to be coachable and you have to be willing to hold yourself accountable. Very nice. All right, say it one more time. We'll stay here. Okay. I'll turn the camera this way. Quick public service announcement to anybody who's an aspiring DJ. I want you to listen to me and listen to me very carefully. If you think that being a professional DJ is sweet or it's easy or that anybody can do it, I'm here to tell you right now that is not the case. Nope. It requires a lot of work. It requires coaching, the ability to coach yourself, and it requires a lot of accountability. If you have those three components, you can possibly be a DJ. But I'm letting you know right now, it's not an easy road. But if you're willing to pay your dues and put in the work to get there, most rewarding thing ever. Look at this. Most rewarding thing ever. Great advice. Great advice. Right. So, you're right. It takes work. Like everything, it just takes work. Right. I mean, you said for like 2 years, you had your equipment for 2 years, right? Well, that equipment that I had, that DJ equipment, I got it after I did the party. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But technically, you were practicing for like 2 years. Right. And if you really want to get technical, I was practicing for 8, if you count the years I was making beats. Wow. Because that was a musical foundation. Like the transition from being a producer to a DJ came easy for me because I spent so much time making beats and understanding music theory and all that type of stuff. Nice, very nice. Look at that. I like it. Yeah, I really like your story right now. I feel like I don't even like. What's the follow-up question to come after that? Right. I'm all in the story. No, I can't be in the story. And all right, so good. So then, what's your DJ superpower? Good question. DJ superpower. I like to have fun with it. Yeah. And when I say have fun with it, I mean really have fun with it. Yeah. Like say whatever I feel like saying on the microphone that I know that people, whether it's something that's funny, whether it's something that gets people hyped, I'm not afraid to just be who I am authentically. Yeah. And then on top of that, I'm not afraid to get out there and dance with the people too. Okay. Like I can't even tell you how many times that I'll play a line dance song and I'll go out there and do it with them. Why not? Good, because most people don't. They just stay behind the booth. Yeah, why not? I mean, so there's times where I don't feel like it, where I might not do it. But yeah, for the most part, if it's a line dance that I really like and I'm in a good mood, I'm gonna get out there and do it with you. Okay. So have you ever changed the whole mood at an event? Like when you got in there and like maybe it just didn't feel good or there was like tension or something. Like tell us about that time. Ooh, Jay, that's a great question. That is a great question. I love that. So I do a lot of weddings, like I told you, right? Right. So I would say about a good 80% of these weddings are predominantly white. Right. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times they be in the country. So a lot of times I'm DJing a lot of weddings for, I would say a white audience that's mostly a country audience. You know what I'm saying? People that are more rural and, lean towards a certain side. Okay. So when I walk in the room, there are times where in the beginning you might feel a little bit of tension. But my older brother, he gave me some good advice, and this is something that I've always ran with. He always said, "You're not stuck in a room with them; they're stuck in a room." So that is a good piece of advice, right? So, but I don't have hostility because I'm here to do a job, right? And I'm here to be great at it. Yeah. So I've seen people, who might look like this, or I might just stare with, have this blank stare.
Right.
Go from that to coming up to me, bro, I really loved your set. You were great.
Nice.
Ew, man, you gotta play this song, man. I did the wedding I did yesterday.
Yeah.
Primarily a country audience, just like I said. Right. Yeah, asking me to play Boosie and Sexy Red, like.
Sexy Red.
I'm telling you, I just swear. Left hand up the guy.
It's a misconception that they don't like our music. They listen to it more than us.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then my thing is, I like when that happens. I like when I'm able to break those barriers.
Yeah, because music transcends all.
It does. Music. Yeah. I always say this. There's two things that can bring everybody together. It's music and it's sports.
Yeah.
You know what
definitely.
I mean? So yeah, so I've seen, to answer your question, yes, I've definitely seen it where there might be a little bit of tension or people may be on edge, but as soon as the music starts and the party's going, you just see all that tension just fade away.
True. So do you play some country songs?
Of course.
So what's your favorite country song?
Do I have a favorite country song? Let me think about that for 1 second.
So do you have a separate playlist for, or do you curate separate music for different event? I mean, you know what I mean, for different types of weddings.
Okay, so the best way I can answer that question is, so I'm sure you've been to quite a few weddings. A few. Okay. So there's a point where there's like cocktail hour and there's dinner time and all that stuff. So during those points, that's when I tend to play country music.
Oh, okay.
Like if it's a country audience, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So make them comfortable from the beginning.
Exactly.
Okay.
And just common sense. That's the audience. That's what they want to hear. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'll play, Alan Jackson. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, or I'll play "Achy Breaky Heart" by Billy Ray Cyrus. I like that one. That's one I actually like that one. I play that. You know what I'm saying? I know a little something.
I haven't heard "Achy Breaky Heart" in so
in a long time, right? Yeah. So. And the thing I like about it is it's a genre of music that I don't normally listen to.
Yeah.
But it's cool to educate yourself on different types of music. Just like how I explained earlier, when I went to college, that's when I started learning about dance hall and Afro beats and Latin music on a level that I never really knew about before.
Sure.
So same applies to country. So you know what I'm saying? This may not be something that I listen to, but I appreciate the fact that you guys feel comfortable enough to let me,
Sure. So have you started listening to more country? Because there is plenty. There's even a lot of us in country music.
Yeah. Like shout out Shabuzi.
Yeah.
Actually, I really like that brother. Yeah. I really do. Yeah. The thing about country music is that it's a black art form in its essence. So it makes sense it makes sense now. We as a people, we may not have known that it was a black art form before because of the stigma behind it. But now, with Beyonce dropping the country album and the emergence of an artist like Shabuzi, now we understand, okay, this is something that we created. And now we're starting to get back to the essence of it. So with that being said, do I listen to country music? No, not really.
You should probably listen. There are really some really good country songs, especially if you listen to the words, because it just tells such a good story.
Right. No, I agree with you. I like some country songs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, of course, me, aside from the fact that I'm a DJ, I listen to a lot of music.
Right.
I love music. So it's just not my cup of tea as far as the stories that I like to hear, because my number one genre of music I listen to is hip hop, but I like hip hop, golden age hip hop.
Oh, okay.
So I listen to a lot of Raekwon, a lot of Ghostface Killah, a lot of Mobb Deep.
There are a few country songs where I'm listening to it. And then shout out to The Voice. From watching The Voice has really made me appreciate country music.
Oh, that's what it is?
Because when they'll, of course they're singing a bunch of covers.
Right.
So when they're singing these songs, I'm like, oh, wait, that's the song? And I'm like, wait, that sounds really good.
Right.
Or they'll add kind of like a hip hop, or R&B flair to it. And it's just like, oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Now that's cool as long as you respect hip hop and respect R&B and respect the culture.
Yeah.
As long as you respect the culture, I don't have a problem with you putting 808s in your country song. You know what I'm saying? Because I've heard that quite a bit.
Yeah.
It only becomes an issue with me when you don't respect the culture.
I mean,
and you know how that goes.
Right. We can get into that.
Right.
That's another episode.
Another conversation. Exactly. Right.
We keeping it light and airy.
Exactly. Right. So, but again, shout out to Shabuzi. Yes. Shout out to Beyonce. Shout out to any of all the black country artists out there doing their thing. Do not feel discouraged and do not feel like there's a stigma against you. Make the music that you want to make in your heart.
Mm-hmm. Keep making it. Because there's enough out here for all of us.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm like, what else should I ask you? What else? All right. So what's the weirdest request that you've ever gotten?
Ooh, weirdest request. Okay, actually, it's funny you asked me that question. So somebody asked me that last night.
Yeah.
And he was the only black dude at the wedding. He asked me the same question.
Shout out to the only other black dude.
Yeah, shout out to you, shout out my dog. Yeah. So he asked me the same question because he's a DJ too, and he said he gets weird requests from time to time too. So this happened this year. It was back during the summertime. Okay. So I had a wedding I was DJing in Wisconsin. Okay. I was all the way back up north again. So you really do travel. I do this, Jay.
Yes, I see. Yes, I see. So we are sleeping on you.
Yeah. So it don't matter how far and wide you go. You could be all the way in Switzerland, or you could be in South Africa. I will come to you as long as we work everything out, and that's fine and dandy. We'll make it happen. So
there's no excuse.
No excuses at all.
There's no excuse why you shouldn't have a DJ at your wedding now.
None. Unless you get a band. But even then, that's gonna cost you a pretty penny too. So back to the question. Weirdest request. So I was DJing a wedding in Wisconsin. Yeah. This is a long wedding. So it was about 10 hours. So it's getting towards the end. Right. And I'm getting ready to play the last song of the night. So I'm on the mic. I'm asking everybody in the crowd, again, predominantly white audience, right? So I'm on the mic, I'm saying, what's the last song y'all want to hear? So this one dude, mind you, up to this point, he was cool. He kept coming up to me, dapping me up. He was very friendly, very cool, right? So, not once, not twice, but 3 times, he yells out, "Niggas in Paris." And each time he said it, I said on the mic, chill out. Dead serious. He said it 3 times, and each time I said, bro, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't the song request. It was the way it was how he said it. You could have said N-words in Paris. You could have said Jay-Z and Kanye Paris. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different ways you could have did that. But the way he did it was weird. Yeah. So that was definitely the weirdest request I've ever got. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't play the song?
No, I didn't.
Okay, good.
No. You're not just gonna do that and just think I'm just gonna play the song willy-nilly. No. Okay. Good. I don't care how cool you are, how cool, we can be cool. I can still kick it with you, but nah. Mm-mm. Okay. Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. Check yourself next time if you're gonna make a request.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely the weirdest one. Other than that,
so how do you keep getting these gigs out in the country?
Well, to be honest with
where did that start? Where are they finding you?
So they find me in a wide variety of ways, right? Word of mouth is obviously one. Right. Facebook is a big one for me. I get a lot of bookings through Facebook. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shout out to Facebook.
Shout out to Facebook. I've been eating good this year off Facebook, boy. I'm telling you. So, and that it's a combination of 3 things. It's word of mouth, it's Facebook, and it's wedding companies that I collaborate with, that I have partnerships with. Oh, okay. That be like, hey, I got this wedding for you. We booked this wedding. Do you want it? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's in this state, it's out here, whatever, and it's paying this much. Do you want it? Yeah. And I'll either say yes or no, depending on, what I got going on and everything. So on a lot of those weddings are in the country. Mm-hmm. And I think the reason why it is because I think that on, I guess you could say, the right wing side or the conservative side, mm-hmm. there's a lot of, they still, I guess, want to hold, Christian values or Christian ideologies. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as marriage and all that type of stuff. Right. So I think that's part of it. But I have done other types of weddings too. Like, for example, this past summer, I went to New Jersey and I DJ'd a lesbian wedding. Oh, nice. Yeah, and that was cool. And that was cool. Like, literally, when they were saying their vows and stuff, they said, I think the pastor said, "It's a great day to be," and everybody in the crowd said, "Gay." I started cracking up. I was like, I fuck with y'all. That's cool.
Like, what are they about to say?
Yeah. I didn't know where that was going, but yeah, no, that was dope. So yeah, it's not just the rural side and those type of people. I do a lot. I've done quite a few black weddings this year. Yeah. I wish I could do all black weddings, to be honest with you. Yeah, because obviously it's a relatability factor there. But it's funny because the black weddings I do, they don't really feel like I'm working. It feels more like I'm DJing.
Family.
Like feels exactly. It feels like I'm DJing like for my folks in the backyard.
Come get a plate.
Right.
Come get a drink with us.
Yeah. No, it really feels like that. Yeah. Like it doesn't necessarily feel like I'm working. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like I'm DJing like my sister's wedding or my cousin's wedding. You know what I'm saying?
Good. It shouldn't feel like work.
No, right. And that's what I love about DJing. Like just to get a little bit on the emotional / personal side. Okay. So yesterday, prior to going to my wedding that I was telling you about, Vero Beach, I wasn't having a good day. I was very depressed. You know, I deal with a lot. I have a lot of grief and a lot of trauma, stuff like that, from events that have occurred throughout my life. Right.
I think a lot of artists do.
Of course, yeah, and
I think that's why we create so much art.
Right, because it's our way of expressing that and getting that out. Because you need a positive. And this is to everybody. You need a positive outlet, a constructive outlet to let that pain and those emotions out. Right. Mm-hmm. So, wasn't having a good day. I was super hungover. I threw up the night before. Oh God. I got extra drunk. You know, and you know when you get drunk like that, you're most likely you're gonna be depressed. Right. You know, so I wasn't feeling good that whole day. Get to the wedding, get to the setup, still not feeling. I'm not 100%, but I'm feeling a little better. Right. And then all of a sudden, I'm DJing the wedding. It gets to the part where I do the grand entrance, you know, where you introduce. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the grand entrance. They're presenting Mr. and Mrs. blah, blah, blah. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really show out when I do that. Exactly. I was about to say, is that your DJ? Okay, you're going to have to do it. Yeah. The intro. Yeah. Like, the intro, the way that I do it is great. Like, I love doing it because I just get to be so expressive and exaggerative. Right. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of be a character, and it's fun. Right. That's why I say that's what makes it fun. Yeah. So, once I got to that point, that's when I was like, all right, I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. That's when your mood changed. Yeah, that's when my mood changed. And then for the rest of the wedding, I'm back up spiritually again. Nice. So I went from being, like I said, depressed as hell going into it to now I'm good. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I got a podcast tomorrow too. I'm really good. So what do you do? What do you do on days when you are really struggling with the depression? That's a good question. So, not to sound cliche, but I listen to music. No, that's not cliche at all. Yeah. So, but it's the type of music that I listen to. So, so I always say there's two artists that I like to listen to when I'm in that type of mood. So, I know today's generation, a lot of youngins, they like to listen to rock wave. That's what they like to listen to. So, I'm gonna date myself and be current. So, the two artists I like to listen to when I'm in a depressed state is Tupac, and Kendrick. All right. Specifically, the Me Against the World album by Tupac. Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. I still play that like it was yesterday. Exactly. It came out yesterday. Right. That and the Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers album by Kendrick. So, Me Against the World, I love that album because you can hear a lot of his pain and his strife and a lot of the things that he was going through on the album. When I play a song, I'll play a song like So Many Tears, or a song or a song like Death Around the Corner, or Outlaw, which is the last song on the album. Like I'll listen to those and it'll take me into the mind state that he is. The confusion, the anger, the trauma, the vulnerability of growing up in a bad environment and seeing the poison and the toxicity around you that's fueling that environment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'll listen to Pop talk about that, and then I'll listen to Kendrick talk about him going to therapy and dealing with the trauma that he had, having an iffy relationship with his father, him projecting his insecurities by cheating on his girlfriend. Not saying that I'm doing that, but I'm just saying. But still, him putting it out there as far as like, him having remorse for doing that, and feeling like he was chasing manhood by sleeping with these women, but in actuality coming to the realization that he's messing up his home. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And as well as messing up yourself. Right, exactly. As well as family, issues with his own family that he's dealt with over the years. So those two albums, they're able to make me understand and relate to what they went through, and it allows me to just take a minute and just say, you know what? Yeah, I'm going through what I'm going through. It's never gonna go away because you already know we're human beings. Right. Emotions, they go up and down. They're fleeting. So. But at the end of the day, we have our things that can help us get through it. Yeah, that's true. And then, of course, the number one thing that helps with cure is DJing. I mean, I'm telling you that's the thing of how I went from being here to here. But still, no, I mean, somebody right now is listening to that like, man, that makes so much sense. Right. Because you're right. Because like sometimes I may play songs to just kind of
evoke that emotion to like want to cry it out.
Right.
And then it's like, all right, so now we didn't cried on this whole album. Now it's time to go up.
Right.
And then it's like, all right, and you're right. It's just music can literally change your mood just that fast, or bring you back to that moment, or bring you forward to a whole nother moment.
Right. And and honestly, that's why I don't understand when I hear people say I don't like to listen to music that makes me think, or music that has a deep meaning to it.
Because sometimes people don't want to evoke that emotion.
Right.
It's hard to get into that space.
I get it. You know, like Andre 3000 said, y'all ain't hearing me. Y'all just want to dance. Yeah. I get it. But at the same time, that's not all that life is. Yeah. Life is not just one big party. You know, life is not just one. You know how the cliche, the money cash hoes that rappers talk about. You know, like, there's a time and a space for that. But how are you when you're in your day-to-day life? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What do you think when you're going through something? Because we all go through something. Adversity is what builds you. Sure. It creates character, and it creates, you know, titans. Mm-hmm. It creates kings and queens. So what are you going to do to overcome that? Yeah. And what are you feeding yourself, not just from a diet food standpoint, but musically, sonically, what are you putting into your ears that helps you through that? What is your song where you're like, all right, I got to go. I got something really big, important to come up? Like, what is like your hype song, like that changed the whole mood, like everything? What is that song? That's another great question. Killing me question, Jay. I appreciate it. I got a few, but just off the top of my head, if I can name one song, like, I'll turn the volume all the way up and just be riding down the street, listen to it. It's a little older, but it's called Incarcerated Scarfaces by Raekwon. So came out, I think, in 95, like back in the day. That's 2 years before I was born. So, okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. That means your dad was playing it. Exactly. He knew good music. Shout out to Dad. Yeah, shout out to my pops, man. Yeah, he put me on to a lot of that hip hop, and that's what I listen to in my day-to-day life. Yeah. So I listen to, like, Nas is probably my all-time favorite rapper. Mm-hmm. Him, Jay-Z, and Kendrick are probably my 3 favorite rappers. Yeah. So I listen to. Because is there anybody else? No. Okay. Yeah, right. Oh, there's plenty. Right. Yeah. There's Tupac. There's this person. There's that person. Saying, like, we got a top 5. Right. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that's one song in particular I'll play, like, that just gets me in my bag, and I'm just totally locked in. Yeah. I'm trying to think of some other songs off the top of my head that I can think of. What's the one song that you won't play anymore? Won't play anymore. Or not that you won't play it anymore, but or the song that definitely depicts, like, your growth. You see what I'm saying? Like, at one point in time, you're like, nah, turn that off, won't play it anymore. And then now you're like, you can play it because you know. Okay, that's easy. Yeah. Pretty much anything from Future. Pretty much anything from Future. This is me being honest. Yeah. I'm not trying to throw shots. I'm not trying to do none of that. When I first heard Future's music, back when he put out the song Turn on the Lights, I thought he was garbage. And I mean garbage. Because I was like, he's off beat, he's off key, he can't sing. But as the years have gone on, I've understood the growth in his music, and I've understood, okay, it's when he's on a banging beat, and he's riding it and flowing and does what he does, it's actually very creative. It's cool. I can listen to it and I can enjoy it. So that's come around a long way for me. Mm-hmm. Another artist that I didn't listen to back in the day that I listen to now a lot, I actually listen to him more, is Tyler, the Creator. Okay. So before, when Tyler was on his, I guess, horrorcore type of music, when he was making that, I wasn't a fan of it. I didn't even take it seriously. Like, I tell because my older brother, who I mentioned earlier, he was a big Odd Future fan. He loved Tyler, the Creator, and all, and his older work. But I could never get into it because, again, I can't take it seriously. He's not really saying anything that catches my attention. Right. But then he puts out this album called Flower Boy. And on this album, he starts to open up about who he really is to the people. Right. Because normally he would just troll. But this album was different because it's like, oh, I think he's serious. Like, I think he's for real. Because he was talking about, one of the main things that people were talking about with the album is him having conflicts with his sexuality. Right. Like, he's basically, like, subtly revealing to the world, hey, y'all, I'm bi. Like, I'm bisexual. Right. And that's not an easy thing for a man, especially a black man, to come out and say. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And from that point on, a lot of strength. Right. And then from that point on, I respected him, and I've been a fan of his music ever since. Okay, so you're definitely a person who, if you really can
talk about your real truth,
right,
then you can respect it.
Exactly. Like like I said before, it's cool to rap about, partying and, having money and having women and all that type of stuff, but those are fleeting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those aren't going to be there with you when you go to sleep at night.
Right.
When it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you're feeling depressed and you don't have nobody to talk to or call, what do you do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What gets you through that?
Exactly.
So sometimes I question, do people really ride around and listen to Sexy Red all day long? Is this what you play around your kids? Is this what you play before you go to church?
Unfortunately, I would say yeah.
I agree.
I feel like you almost can meet people who you can tell like what they only listen to. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like when you meet somebody, you can tell what they feed their spirit.
Right.
And you're just like, almost like, kind of like, why are you so angry?
Right.
Like if you're listening to that 808 beat constantly all the time, like you might be a little angry.
Same thing. Yeah. Same applies to people, and particularly women who watch nothing but baddies and, reality shows all day long. You know what I'm saying? You feeding that stuff into your spirit is not healthy. It's not healthy. Yeah. Right. It's cool in moderation. Everything is good in moderation. That's what I believe in. Like right now I'm on a 7-day cleansing. Yeah. So no weed, no alcohol. All right, nice. So which means I'm not gonna be going to the club this week. Sorry, y'all, for those who are looking forward to seeing me. I'm not gonna be going to the club.
Not going to the club.
Yeah, I'm not going to the club this week.
So let's talk more about that. Like, what made you? How often do you do that?
Right, but as far as cleansing, to be honest, not very often.
You have to cleanse.
Right, you do have to cleanse. To be honest, not very often. That's why I'm doing it now. Okay. It was honestly like, and again, now you get me to open up. I like this. So now, so it was something that I was procrastinating on for a while because I knew I needed a cleansing, but I was always procrastinating. I was always like, yeah, I'll do it this week. Another week comes around. I'll do it this week because every time I do my gigs, so I always DJ on Saturday. Yeah. Every single Saturday, I'm always booked. So on that Saturday after my wedding's over, because that's when I feel the most, at the highest vibration that I could possibly feel. Right. Of course. That's when I'm at the point where I'm like, all right, I'm taking my break. Right. And it just wouldn't happen. I'd get home, smoke, and keep going. But this time around, I was like, because of how depressed and how messed up I felt beforehand, this is the time where I really need to just take a break and just do it and just do a recalibration of myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's
so. What are you hoping to? Are you hoping or would like to gain something from this week?
I just want to see
clear.
I just want to see how it makes me feel. Okay. I just want to see if there's any difference, in my spiritual health and my mental health, and see if there's any difference in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just to see if I'm a little more healthier, if I feel better, and all that type of stuff.
I mean, I think you would be. It can't hurt.
No, it can't hurt at all. Right. Plus, I'm sure my lungs need a break. Yeah. So yeah, there's that. And me, honestly, I don't drink very often. Yeah. I usually only drink when I go out. Okay. And by go out, I mean go out to the club or go out to a lounge or a bar. Right. But I'm not the type to go to the liquor store and buy a bottle and take it home with me. Okay. I every now and then, once in a blue moon, but for the most part, no. If I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna drink socially. Exactly. Yeah. Right. But so just want to see how it makes me feel. You know what I mean? If there's no difference in it, then after my gig on Saturday, once that's done and over with, before
you gotta definitely check in and let me know how this week was.
Yeah. I'll give you an update by the end of the week. I'll let you know by like Friday how I'm feeling and everything. I don't think I'm gonna be, itching and scratching and doing all that. I don't think I will.
I don't think you will, but and then also see if you can create during that time. Like try to create like beats just to see if there's a difference.
Well, I did. Well, that's what I did the wedding yesterday. I did it completely sober. Yeah. I don't normally. So again, honestly, I don't normally do my weddings completely sober. I always drink at the weddings. Okay. Open bar. Why not?
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
No one's supposed to.
Right, exactly. And then on top of that, majority of my clients that book me, they ask me, "Hey, you want something to drink? Yeah. Have you drank it yet?" And if I say no, they'd be like, "Why not?" Yeah. You're like they want me to drink. So so I'm like,
because they want everybody to be like,
they want everybody to be lit, and they know as a DJ they're gonna get the best out of me when I do that. But to be honest with you, there's no difference. Okay. There really is no difference. Like when I'm drinking inebriated, whether I'm DJing sober. Right. It's pretty much the same.
Well, speaking of DJing, can you I want to hear your like intro to like a couple coming in, or just give me an intro and then I'm going to use it. Like this is about to be my intro to my show. Are y'all ready? He's about to do it right now. On the spot.
Okay. So Jay the Sneaky Poet, right? Okay. Yeah. I'm about to get it live. And for free.
And for free. Because we like free.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the grand entrance. I would like you to meet the one, the only, the beautiful, the radiant, Jay the Sneaky Poet.
That was so good. You think I'm playing? That's supposed to be my intro. That is supposed to be our intro for this episode.
Hey, yeah. That was good. Yeah. And you see how that puts me in such a great mood? You see how I do that and then I just lighten up quick? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that put me in a good mood. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, right. And like I said, I don't have the facts in front of me. I don't really have your stat sheet, but just going off the top of the head, okay, Jason, okay.
No, that right there is good. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, N.E.L. This was so good.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Enjoyed talking to you.
I enjoyed talking to you too. Man, this is great. This is exactly what I thought it was going to be in this song. Like, really. Like, I was looking forward to coming and talking to you. I love when I can meet somebody, like, at a function like we met at, like at a poetry slam or something like that. And shout out to the Smoking Poet too. That's how I found out about that event. Yeah, she's dope. She's amazing.
Shout out to New Peace Mondays.
Yeah. So
where can we find you? And where can we find you? In Tampa, or where can we find you on the weekends? Where can we find you?
Well, I don't do the clubs anymore. Okay. I only every now and then I'll do some, I'll do a little something in the city. Yeah. Like this is so I'll give you one. And I invited Smoking Poet to this too, so I'll tell you about it. So December 20th, this is an event. December 20th is an event in Tampa called Creators Unplugged. Okay. So it's a showcase just like the one we went to for New Peace Monday, where it's rappers, it's poets, it's singers, it's comedians, really talented people. Yeah. Performance. I'm gonna be DJing that. Yeah. And it'll be a good chance for you to see the talent that's in Tampa and get to network and tap in with people, because just like how we have here, there's a whole bunch of different options you have. Yeah. Because there's camera people there on deck, so you can get your picture taken professionally. So you get professional headshots. You can get interview.
That's gonna be really nice.
You can get an interview done. Wow. There's a room that you can go, a separate room that you can go into where they'll sit you down and they'll do like a little interview with you.
Oh, very nice.
And the presentation, the editing is flawless.
Really?
It's amazing. Yes.
Wow. Yes. December
20th. Shout out to Caleb, shout out to Josh, and shout out to Creators Unplugged, man. December 20th, we lit.
We'll see you there.
Yes.
I'm excited to be there. I might just drive all the way out there.
Yeah, exactly. I think you should.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is nice.
No, this was. Yeah. Really.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bro.
Thank you. Once again, here is Jay the Sneaky Poet. I'm here with DJ N.E.L. Shout out to him. This was an amazing interview. I hope you guys tune in. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe. Get with DJ N.E.L. Book him. He is the traveling DJ. He will meet all of your DJ needs, okay? He can read the room, catch the vibe. It's everything. And especially if you enjoyed this, I'm sure you're going to enjoy his music even more.
Yeah.
Okay? So again, thanks so much for tuning in. This is Jay the Sneaky Poet. You guys have a good night.
Peace.